I'm going to talk on leveraging cross-industry know-how for thermodynamic cycles and turbomachinery component innovation. Just a brief about Softinway. We are founded in 1999 as a consulting company headquartered in Burlington. We specialized in developing turbomachinery design tool and thermodynamic cycle design tool. So we have two products, AxStream and AxCycle. Apart from this, we also do consulting services for design of turbomachinery components. We provide more than 200 companies with our software and with 50 plus engineers and more than 600 years of combined turbomachinery experience. We have grown to 5 offices now, headquartered in Burlington, an office in New York, one office in Bangalore in India, an office in Zug and in Ukraine. We have extensive capabilities and reach. We cover on educational services, offering online trainings and classroom-based trainings. We also have our Softinway Turbomachinery University. Engineering services, that's our next major part of business. We do starting from full product development to any bits and pieces of the activity that any OEM requires. We have 4 major products. AxStream 3.4, that's our product for design of turbomachinery, compressible fluids. AxStream Hydro for design of pumps and hydraulic machinery. AxCycle for thermodynamic cycle simulation, and AxCFD for standalone CFD analysis. These are some of the projects that has been executed in the last 1 year, 2014-2015. We have done design and development of multiple frames of API compliant steam turbines from 50 kilowatt to 3 megawatt. Redesign of a 126 megawatt heavy duty gas turbine for performance improvement. This is one of the other project which we did. Feasibility study on a 600 megawatt thermal power plant for improving the heat rate. So it was to look at what are the possibilities for improving the heat rates. Redesign of a 250 megawatt steam turbine for increasing the power by about 20 megawatt, like 10% of increase in capacity. Development of waste heat recovery turbo expander for an automotive application. Redesign and retrofit of a 4-stage centrifugal compressor. Design and optimization of impeller of API 610 BB4 type pump. Design of a highly loaded low pressure compressor for aviation engine, which is a 3-stage compressor. Since inception, we have executed more than 90 projects in different verticals. Leveraging on our expertise from one domain to the other. So that's what I'm going to talk today. From one of the example which I'm going to show is from aerospace to home appliances. A home appliances company in USA wanted us to develop or improve their efficiencies to a much higher level. Currently in gas turbines or in aviation, we can see that the compressor efficiencies are more than 80%. And in home appliance, you have efficiency like 60%. So their objective was how do we go about with improving these efficiency to those levels. So our approach was we studied limitation in their current product in terms of cost, performance, manufacturing, size, weight. So based on this, we were able to set the goals and constraints for achieving the performance, leveraging on our know-how on centrifugal compressors for turbocharger and aerospace compressor. We performed the preliminary design with different constraints and technical specification as was given by our client. So as you see here, we studied what is the optimal RPM that can be used for their particular application, studied a range of speeds from 20,000 to 36,000 RPM and selected what is the best speed that they can achieve, that can be achieved on this particular compressor. Then studying about the rotor mean diameter in terms of efficiency, looking at what is the optimal diameters that can be selected for achieving the efficiency. Then axial length, rotor hub diameter. So these were some of the samples of different parameters that was studied. Different kind of configurations for the compressor was studied to see which can meet the requirements and also give the best efficiencies. Here you can see we studied multiple configurations of the impeller and optimized to meet both dimensional constraints and performance objectives. Finally, the designed blower which we developed for them was about 16% more efficient than their existing product line, meeting the design constraints and performance with minimal changes in their manufacturing requirements. So that was the goal and we were able to achieve that. The next one is from power generation to automobile. We have been extensively working on power generation industries, offering the thermodynamic cycle calculations, looking at how it can be further improved, optimizing the existing plants. So we had quite experience on that for working on up to 800 megawatt of steam turbine or fossil-fired plants and up to 300 megawatt combined cycle plants. So here is one of the picture of one of the cycles that was simulated. We are also offering solutions in retrofit and modernization of existing plants and also operating some of the existing plants. To improve performance, one of the method is to go for a bottoming cycle. So in gas turbine, I am just showing some examples where you can see gas turbine with a combined steam cycle means it as a combined cycle giving better performance. This is for a 100 megawatt combined cycle plant, and we can also have bottoming cycles like overseas cycles for waste heat recovery, which can be used for industrial sources and that can be applied for even automotive application. This is one of the waste heat recovery turbines which we have designed for one of our customer. The entire machine designed is, you can see on the left side, and the manufactured machine during testing is shown on the right side. Using this experience or our experience on working in automobile, working on power generation industry, when an automotive customer approached us for looking at how we can help them recover or increase the efficiency of their engine. So then we looked at the option how we can reduce the fuel consumption, increase the power output. So our objective was to study the current performance of the engine for different operating conditions. That we started with that, performed exergy analysis on the engine to identify possible areas for minimizing exergy destruction. Based on this analysis, we developed the bottoming cycle, leveraging on our know on combined cycle and waste heat recovery systems. Our goal was to develop high efficiency waste heat recovery system for powerful and super powerful IC gas engines based on ORC principles to provide optimal waste heat utilization with moderate system complexity. Because when you are talking about automobile application, we also need to see that what is the size and weight. It should not be a penalty on the fuel consumption. This, you can see the heat balance diagram over here. A major part of the heat is lost in terms of the exhaust gas and in cooling water jackets, in the oil coolings, water cooling. So those are the different areas where heat is being lost. Some of these are low temperature heats and the exhaust is at a high temperature heat. So we did different studies and then came out with we need to have two set of turbines, one with a low pressure turbine and a high pressure turbine, and going with fluids in transcritical conditions. So that's what we decided to go with this particular project. And here you can see the complete cycle where we have the recuperator at the exhaust, recuperator at different locations for extracting from heat from the cooling water jackets and from the charger cooler and other locations. The HP turbine and LP turbine is what you see here. The total waste heat that was available is about 3 megawatt. the mass flow is about 11.63. We were able to convert that into useful electricity or convert into power for about 581 kilowatt, which is giving a power boost of like 19.73%. So the total efficiency of the system increased to about 49.09%. This is the HP turbine and the LP turbine which was designed. It's a radial machine because the power output was quite low. The efficiencies that we achieved in our initial design was about 85 and 91%. The power produced by HP turbine is about 211 kilowatt and LP is about 394 kilowatts. Similarly, taking technology from leveraging our know-how from aerospace to nuclear turbines. One of the nuclear turbine manufacturer in Russia approached us where it was an R&D project where they wanted to see what are the possible ways to reduce the axial length of the entire turbine, LP turbines. So we, to begin with, we benchmarked their existing machine, considering the performance as well as the stresses, and studied what are the limitations that is there based on extraction locations, radial, axial and radial dimensions. Our objective was to investigate what are the possibilities for reducing the axial length by leveraging on our know-how for radial turbine design and addressing various challenges during this project. We decided the first two stages of axial turbine can be replaced by a radial stage because we have the larger frontal area due to the last stage blade height, and this could possibly reduce on the axial length. So here you can see the original turbine which was modeled in our tool Axstream. Since we have the raw data which is in cold condition, we converted the geometry from cold to hot conditions and analyzed them. After analyzing, this became our benchmark. Based on this, we replaced the first two axial stages with a radial stage. The entry to the turbine had to be modified because it has to accommodate the radial turbine with the nozzles. And we also had to ensure that the exit from radial stages should have minimum incidence for the entry to the axial stages. And we wanted reaction to be somewhere around 50% for the radial stages. So this is the radial stage which has been designed in Axstream, and the complete assembled model is what you see here. We did detailed CFD analysis for this to understand the flow because there are some amount of wetness in the fluid. And first we studied only about the radial stages, and then we also studied about the complete machine to understand how the flow interaction is from the radial stage to the axial stages. The best thing what you see is the results what we have from Axstream very closely matches with the CFD calculations using both our in-house CFD tools and also commercial CFD tools. The next challenge was how do we go for the manufacturing? So whether you need to have it as a welded disc or you need to have with an attachment, then what kind of attachment should be done? So we did a couple of studies on this. Different configurations were evaluated. We studied about the stresses, looked at if it is welded, what kind of stresses comes, if it is a curved fir tree, what kind of stresses are there, and also different configurations. And we finally came to the conclusion that the stresses are reasonable with curved fir tree configurations, and it also gives flexibility during if there are any failures or you want to replace the bladings. At the end of this, we were able to reduce the axial length by about 13%, maintaining the same performance. There was not much difference in the performance. Similarly, working on a counter-rotating turbo machinery. So normally counter-rotating turbo machinery is common in propellers and for gas turbines. And what we see is counter-rotating propellers, they have quite good efficiencies varying from between 6 to 16% compared to normal propellers. That's from a reference which you see at the bottom. And there are also many patents which are there on counter rotating fans and core compressors. So that's where we thought maybe we need to try this for this particular project. The requirement was from a green energy company based in US. They wanted us to develop a high performance axial compressor for non-condensable gas processing from a geothermal power plant surface condenser. So our approach was to go with a counter rotating compressor for this particular application. We designed a counter rotating compressor, both the rotors are operating at the same speed in counter directions. We were able to achieve an efficiency of about 84.98% with dimensional constraint of tip diameter of 520 mm and axial length of about 700 millimeters. So that's the brief about the presentation. Any questions?
Got any projects going in combined cycle that have come in since the presentation? Do you have any new projects in combined cycle, sir?
Yes.
Hopefully you got many at the show. Is any you'd like to share that you weren't mentioned?